And so this is what we've got to watch, right? Is how do we handle and navigate discomfort when it comes up? Because if we go into resistance and we shut down, we're missing the opportunity in our discomfort. We're missing the growth opportunity, because we know, right, we can either have comfort or we can have growth. And if we want to grow, we're going to have to get uncomfortable. And so there's a big opportunity right now to look at how you handle discomfort within yourself. So some of you may know I'm navigating this big transition of having my boyfriend live with me now, and it's been this whole big thing that I'm navigating, and there's been a lot of pushing of buttons, there's been a lot of emotions getting activated, there's been a lot of me needing to change. And instead of staying really open and leaning into what's getting triggered and embracing it and saying, okay, this is uncomfortable, but let's navigate it, I've been shutting down. I'm going to be completely transparent. I have been shutting down, getting angry, and making him wrong, or making wrong any situation that is bringing me discomfort. But what if everything and anything that's manifesting in your life at any given time that makes you uncomfortable is here to serve you? What if it's here to show you something about yourself? What if it's here to help you grow beyond your self-imposed limitations? Now, if you can see the opportunity and the blessing in that, then you'll stop resisting the discomfort that comes up and you'll start leaning into it. So if you're on the live and you're experiencing some of this, I'd love to know what's coming up for you at the moment. Where are you encountering some discomfort? Where are you navigating some change? Where are you getting triggered? Where have you been avoiding and closing off to the expansion that's available to you because it's uncomfortable? This is what I'm moving through, and it's so interesting. And I've got a post that I think I'm going to put up tonight that I'm writing about this. But what's so interesting about Taurus energy is, because we're in Taurus season now, we're very strong, resilient, determined signs, and we don't mind change. But we like change on our terms. We like change to feel very comfortable. We like change to feel like we're in control of it. And so when life comes along and it pushes you into expansion, sometimes when we're in this energy, we're in Taurus energy, we become very stubborn. We say, I don't like this. This is uncomfortable. This is challenging me, and we resist it. So what do we do instead? And this is, I've had a big learning around this over the past 24 hours, and this is what I'm really trying to do. Yes, closing off the heart. Oh my God, I was talking about this the other day in my women's group coaching program. We were talking about how to keep the heart open when you want to shut down. We need to practice doing the exact opposite of the very thing that our self-protective patterns are trying to get us to do. So when an opportunity presents to look at yourself, to grow in some way, to change, to step into new territory, to take a risk, to get uncomfortable, if your tendency is, and some self-awareness is needed here, to shut down, close off your heart, make the person that's triggering you wrong, make the situation wrong because it's uncomfortable, if that's your tendency, there's an invitation now to practice the opposite. So what's the opposite? Okay. First of all, we sit with and be really present to what is getting triggered and activated within us. We take our attention off the very thing that has triggered that. We stop making it wrong. We stop blaming it, because what we're actually doing in that moment, we are avoiding our inner experience. We're avoiding what we need to look at within ourselves by staying focused on what's been happening outside of us. Oh, we've been through this in past lives and we've got all the tools to navigate it within us. We just have to ground, surrender, and open our hearts. Beautifully said. That is 100% accurate and right. So we bring our awareness onto ourselves and we have the activation of some type of discomfort or trigger within us, and we keep our heart open. That is such a massive part of it, because when you close your heart, you close off to feeling. And the feeling is the key to transforming this, your willingness to feel. Your willingness to feel anything and everything, no matter how uncomfortable, how challenging, how much it makes you angry, and want to avoid what you're being pushed into, right? So we witness what's coming up for me right now. What is going on in my inner world? Why is this uncomfortable? What button is this pushing? How is this testing me and challenging me? How is this showing me something that I know I need to look at, but I want to avoid it? Okay, notice that. And we ground, as that beautiful woman said, we ground. And Taurus energy is so good for getting into our body. So we get into our body. We stay connected to the here and now. We don't escape into our minds. We don't bypass and avoid our emotions. We come deeper into them. So ground into what you're feeling. Keep that heart wide open and allow whatever emotion needs to move through you to move through you. That's how you clear the space to actually hear what the truth is below your emotional reaction. And when you can do that, then you'll be able to see and witness what it is you actually really need to look at and learn about yourself in this situation. There's so much to learn about yourself when you come into discomfort and when you get triggered. So I know for me at the moment, I am being pushed into expansion. And a big part of me is resisting that because it feels scary and uncomfortable. But if I can be with all of the fear and the resistance and the part of me that's fighting against that, and just have a lot of love and compassion for myself when that arises, keep my heart open and feel it and move through it. Below that, I will feel what my truth is, what my inner wisdom is trying to tell me, what my higher self is showing me. But it's actually like it's whatever is getting activated right now is kind of perfect, because for you to live in deeper alignment with your truth and deeper alignment with what your true potential is, and to be able to step into the expansion, we have to clear all this stuff that's in the way. Someone beautifully said, I believe isolation is bringing up the triggers that need healing. Absolutely it is. Either because we're being forced to face and be with ourselves, or we're being confined with people who are pushing all the buttons, forcing us to look at what we need to look at within ourselves. And we can't avoid that. Yeah, I closed off the other night, and the experiences, the route that was shown to me in my dreams. Oh, amazing. I had this experience last night. I went through this huge, massive process last night of completely shutting down and becoming very adamant that something that was happening outside of me was wrong and shouldn't be happening. And I became a real victim in that situation. And as we had some conversations and really unpacked it, I really had to own that it was all just something within me that was rising because it was ready to be released, because it was consuming space and taking me out of my power. And so your power lies in leaning into those places, the very places you don't want to go, facing the shadow, stepping into the fear, feeling the emotion, embracing the discomfort, and actually using the discomfort as almost like your compass. It's like the more discomfort that comes up, the more there's something in there for you to look at. It's an invitation and an opportunity. Because, like I said, what most of us do is close off to discomfort, and then we miss what the beautiful lesson and learning is in it. But when you lean into it, then you unlock what the magic is in that experience for you. So, big expansion, big new beginnings, big new possibilities, new parts of ourselves ready to emerge and be embodied and be expressed, new possibilities ready to be created, but we need to be a new version of ourselves in order to create them. And if you're not willing to go through the uncomfortable process of transformation and metamorphosis within yourself to unravel old parts of yourself and birth the new part of yourself, you can't create the new reality that you're here to create. So we got to go through the uncomfortable inner process to be able to create the external change that we're all craving right now. Yeah, beautiful question. What is the benefit of this, of what's showing up for me? Absolutely. When you can actually look at everything through that lens, that life is delivering me every experience I need to be having right now, even if my mind is saying this is wrong, everything that is being delivered to me right now is serving me and is all part of helping me evolve and expand and pushing me into more of my highest potential. There's a benefit in all of it for us. And like I said, the more uncomfortable it is, the greater the opportunity that lies in that. So it's just so interesting as I was pondering kind of this Taurus new moon energy, because as I said, Taurus energy is so like sensual and delicious and pleasure-based and all about comfort and enjoying life. And that's one element. But the other element of Taurus energy is the resistance to change, the stubbornness, the stuckness, the my way, the I want to stay where I feel safe and comfortable. And you can't do that if you want to grow and expand. So sometimes what we're manifesting right now is people and life circumstances to push us into discomfort so that we'll finally open up to the changes that we're destined to step into.